What is going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome back to the PPL. Now, this is week 3 against Jack and the Norwich Skitty. If you missed my team builder, I will put a link to that in the description below. But you guys should already know what I'm bringing for this team. I'm bringing mixed Mega Manectric. I'm bringing a Choppleberry, more specially defensive, some speed Miltank, a mixed Life Orb Flygon, an Assault Vest Azumarill, a Life Orb mixed Infernape, and a defensive Togetic with Body Slam. Because para. When I look at the team that Jack brought, I'm not really surprised. They all do work against my team. I'm a little disappointed to see Nidoking over Darmanitan because Darmanitan would have been easier for me to deal with, but it is what it is, I guess. But at the same time, I'm really worried because looking at Florges and his team, I feel like it's going to be, in what I brought, I feel like it's going to be completely Wish, Protect, Heal Bell, Moonblast. And that means it's going to be a bitch for me to take down. Like, no matter what, it's going to be a pain in the ass for me to take down. But ultimately, I decide to lead off with my Mega Manectric, so we're going to go ahead and lead off right into the match. So as I said, I am going to lead off with my Mega Manectric. I kind of expected him to lead off with his Mega Latios or his Zoroark. Whenever I see Nidoking come out right here, I'm like, I think this is a Zoroark, but I can't take the chance. Like, I can't take that chance of him being Nidoking, being scarfed into Earth Power, and kill my Mega Manectric turn 1. So I have to go into my Flygon, and he is Zoroark. Like, I shouldn't have risked that, but it just sucks that that happened. So he's going to knock off my Life Orb, and he's then going to switch out into his Florges, because it's a very easy switch into this thing no matter what. I go right out. I switch out here, and I go into my, my Togetic. Me going into my Togetic was for a couple different reasons. I wanted to paralyze this thing to see if it had Heal Bell. I wanted to get off a little bit of damage on it, and I wanted to scout his entire moveset. I'm not going to do anything in this match until I know this Florges' entire moveset, so I can know how to deal with it. I go for one Body Slam, and I get the para. That's awesome, but that's what Serene Grace does. I love it. So, while, yeah, the para kind of sucks, it's Serene Grace. It's kind of like Iron Head on Jirachi, so it's whatever. Then I'm going to go into my Miltank here because I can drink the hits from this thing, and if he goes into basically anything, I can take at least one hit and get another Body Slam off, which is nice. He's going to go into his Heliolisk and Volt Switch out as I set up my rocks because I can't paralyze this thing if he stays in and Thunderbolts me, but he gets a crit on the Volt Switch, so that sucks because that actually does matter. And I'm just going to set up my rocks here. I want to be able to break his Sturdy. I want to find out if this is the actual Nidoking or if the other Nidoking that'll be coming in later is the Nidoking, but right here, I feel like this is Zoroark again, so I'm going to stay in here, and I'm actually going to go for a Body Slam as he goes for the Night Daze, and it knocks me down to about 30 HP, and this Body Slam does good damage, and I get the para, so that's always nice. And now that we know it's Zoroark, I can kind of sort of just keep clicking Body Slam. It'll kill it from this range, or I could Milk Drink up as the Florges comes in, which I decided to actually Milk Drink up. Because I wanted this thing to be healthier, I could bank on him getting paralyzed and all this, that, and the other. So I just decided to end up milk drinking. I think that was my best play possible. Right here, it's going to get a little tiny bit stally, but that's just because I needed to figure out what this thing had. I needed to find out what coverage moves he has, if he has coverage moves, and if he has Wish, Heal Bell, and Protect. He's going to reveal the Heal Bell right here, and I was like, this sucks. This actually really sucks because now I have no idea how I can take this thing down because I know his last move is going to be Protect. He has no reason to bring Side Shock with this thing whenever he has Latios, so I'm going to go for the Body Slam again, and I'm going to get a little bit more damage off on this thing. Maybe I could get a para, but I don't. And he goes for a Wish, and I'm like, well, this sucks dick. So I kind of have to figure out what to do here. I want to make a switch into my Azumarill to hopefully Iron Tail this thing and kill it, but I kind of expect him to Protect, so I'm going to go for a Body Slam right here to see if he protects. He does not, and I get some good damage off as he's just going to Moonblast me, do some decent damage, and we're right back where we started basically, with less paras, so that sucks. But right here I kind of expected him to go for a Wish, because he had no reason to. I'm sorry for just hitting my desk. So I Milk Drink up as I expect him to Wish because he has no reason not to, realistically. But he actually goes for a Moonblast, and I was like, well, that's kind of weird because now I can kind of sort of get a free switch into anything and do a lot of damage to this thing. I know that this thing is more physically defensive, by the amount of damage that Body Slam is doing, so that's always nice to know. I know that I can go into my Azumarill right here and I can Iron Tail it, and it's going to do about 87%, as he does set up the Wish. So if I can hit this Iron Tail, I can 2-hit KO it. Easy 2-hit KO, so I'm hoping, here's to hoping. I go for the Iron Tail, I do outspeed, and I miss. So a crit Volt Switch, which sucked, and then an Iron Tail miss, which costed my Azumarill a shit ton of health. It all sucks. So, right here, I cannot let this thing take any more damage, really, but I can't switch anything else in. So I go for the knockoff right here, expecting Skarmory to come in, and which is always nice because I get to knock off his Akaberry if he has it, his leftovers, whatever he's got, it's gone now, and that's really nice. He did have the leftovers, not the Akaberry, so that's always cool. So right here, I'm actually going to make a switch into my Flygon, because I'm like, I can flamethrower this thing, I can do a lot of things to this, and that makes me happy. There's no way he was expecting a mixed Flygon. There's just no way he was expecting a mixed Flygon. So he's going to switch out, and he's going to go into his Florges, which takes Earthquakes, basically anything that Flygon could do to it. And this Flamethrower is going to do about 0.5, so that's pretty nice. Florges is being a cunt. That's what Florges does. I don't like it. I don't like Florges at all, but it is what it is. So right here, I'm going to make a switch into my Mega Manectric, expecting him to Wish up, because if I had Iron Tail, I could have clicked it and destroyed his entire life, but he goes for Moonblast. I had Iron Tail over Giga Drain for the longest time, then I switched out last minute, and I'm just frustrated with it. But that Moonblast did so much damage, it's not even worth it. So right here, I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to click Iron Tail, as hopefully I hit, and he goes for Wish, and then I can kill him next turn. Because we haven't seen Protect yet, but I just know I knew he had it in the battle. It's just, I wanted to get some good damage off on him and force him to Wish Protect. Go for the Iron Tail, it does a good chunk of damage. It does about 60%, and I get the defense drop, which is crucial. That defense drop matters a lot. Because now that means that it's going to take a lot less to kill him. However, if he protects right here, goes back up to full, Iron Tail does not kill him, no matter what. I could be Adamant Max Attack. Doesn't kill him, so that sucks. But he's going to get the Wish back, and it goes all the way back up to like 95%. After leftovers, he's almost back up at full, so slowly getting nowhere in this match. Slowly getting nowhere. And I go for the Iron Tail right here. So luckily for me, that takes him down very far, and I get the second defense drop. This is very important because he goes for a Moonblast right here, and this means he does not have up a Wish. So it means he can't get his health back. That means I can go into anything and kill this thing. I could go into Azumarill and click Play Rough and kill it and be good to go. So right here, I decide to go into my Infernape because I figured if he wanted to switch anything into this, he can't because of Gunk Shot and Overheat and things of that nature. So he's going to Protect right here. I don't really know why. Don't really know why. If he was scouting for my moves, it's not like he could really do much about it because I could just hit him really hard with whatever he switches in. So I'm going to go for the Gunk Shot right here, and it's going to do a shit ton of damage, and it just takes out the Florges. So the second Pokemon to go down is the Florges, and it's on his side. The first one on his team to go down, and that makes me happy because that means now I can just Serene Grace Body Slam everything and slow it down. So he's going to go into his Latios. Now, Latios is a little bit of a problem for my team. It's a little bit of a problem for every team. It's like Mega Medicham, as I said before. And I'm going to go into my Togetic, because Togetic can kind of sort of take anything he wants to throw at me. Even Thunderbolts, I can take it decently well. And right here, he is going to go for a Psyshock. Physically defensive, so I can take this pretty well. And gets a crit. So that sucks. Because now I'm at a much lower amount of health than what I wanted to be. If he didn't crit me, I could go for a Dazzling Gleam or a Body Slam right here, and I get some good damage off. But instead, I'm forced to roost off the damage, which sucks ass. So now that he has his Heliolisk in again, if he has Choice Specs, he gets a kill, which sucks. So I kind of had to sack off my least value Moban, and that is my Miltank right here, which is a little depressing, but I had to do it. He goes for the Thunderbolt, and he's going to take me down to about 38 HP. 37, and he's going to go for another Thunderbolt and take me out. So it's really depressing. This also means that Grass Knot on my Infernape was completely for nothing, and if I'd kept on U-turn, I might have had a chance in this battle. I might have had a chance. So right here, I clicked Mach Punch. He has to switch out into his Easy Jet or his this thingamabobber, and I I clicked Mach Punch, so it's going to do a decent chunk of damage, which is nice. And, yeah. So now I get to click Overheat, and I get to get off a lot of damage on this thing, but he switches out. He literally gained 0 from that little Mach Punch. He gained nothing from that Mach Punch. Life Orb damage doesn't matter because Infernape is frail as fuck. I go for the Overheat and I miss Overheat, so then I have to switch out, and I'm just getting frustrated. So I'm going to go into my Togetic again, as he's going to withdraw, and he's going to go back into his, he goes into his Zoroark. I know this is Zoroark because it's at half HP. He takes 12% from the rocks instead of, like, I think it's 6 for resisted, whatever. So he's going to go for the knockoff and knock off my Violite. That's fine. I can still take hits decently well. I'm going for the Dazzling Gleam, and I'm going to kill the Zoroark, because right now this thing is kind of sort of a problem. But, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for me at all, because right now I don't have a switch into Mega Latios. I have to rely on getting it paralyzed beforehand with a non-Eviolite Togetic, which sucks. So right here I'm going to go into my Flygon, as he is going to defog away the rocks. I was like, okay, this is fine. Now, if he was expecting a mixed set, why the fuck did he just stay in for rocks? When in reality, rocks did not do that much, because if he wanted to kill my Togetic, all he has to do is kill it with Nidoking. He wants to kill my Flygon. Basically, anything on my team dies to Nidoking right now. So why he stayed in right there and I just got rocks up on my side of the field is just beyond me. He's going to go for the Hyper Voice and kill me. It was a roll. I got the low end of the roll. Fuck me. So then right here I'm going to go into my Infernape, and I'm going to click Mach Punch because it's my safest play. I could click Gunk Shot, expecting him to go into his Mega Latios, but that's just a very risky play that I couldn't really make. So I'm going to go for the Mach Punch, and I'm going to do a decent chunk of damage right here. Now, right here is where I know I lose. I actually said, and now I lose. So, because I go into my Togetic right here, as he's going to recover. Reason why I lose right here. If he was 4 attacks, he was at 40%, Gunk Shot would have killed him, or would have taken him down to a low enough amount of HP to where Aqua Jet would have killed him, and a plethora of other things. But now that he's back at full health, I have to rely on solely my Azumarill. And that's no bueno. I go for the Body Slam on the Nidoking, and I get to paralyze the Nidoking, so that's cool, but I lost right there. That's when I knew I lost, and I was like, fuck. I really expected him to bring 4 attacks, because otherwise, at this point in time, he revealed Psyshock and Draco Meteor. So if I had brought Fortress, it would have completely walled this thing. 100%. So, that sucks. Right now I'm going to go for the knock off his hopefully Life Orb, but he's a Pasho Berry, so even if I had clicked Waterfall, I wouldn't have killed him. So right now, Nidoking is going to clean up my team. Now, let's just pour a little bit of salt into the wound for this match. I go into my Infernape, right? Gunk Shot has a chance to kill him from this range. A very small chance. I also expected him to go into Latios, so I was like, if I can click Gunk Shot, I can get off some good damage, and then if he's not speedy, I can outspeed him and kill him with the second one, but, no. I miss it, and I go for the Mach Punch, which has a chance to kill, but I don't kill him. So I expected him to preserve differential. I miss. I go for the Mach Punch that has like a 75% chance to kill him from what I expected, but I don't kill him, and I lose 3-0. Mainly just off of sheer stupidity in this match. The thing is, this match was not a bad match by any stretch of the imagination. This match was, well, yes, it had hacks in it. Only a couple of them mattered, and it mainly came down to me making a play and Jack making the wrong play and not playing along with me. So Jack, thank you very much for making the wrong play and making me lose. But yeah, in all seriousness though, that was a really cool game. I had a lot of fun with it. It's the first time I've ever played Jack, and he's improved so much since the first season, so I'm really impressed by it. I'm expecting him to win a lot more this season, without a doubt. But I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. If you did, please make sure to leave a like down below for me. And also make sure to leave a comment of what you thought of the battle, because right now we're 1-2. not very good. I think we're at -2, which sucks, but I can come back. I have a lot of confidence in myself, especially because these past 2 matches, everybody gives me hell and shits on me for liking bulk, liking stall, and all this other bullshit. They say that it's not good, it's not all this, that, and the other. I played balance, just like standard balance, and I've lost my last 2 games because of it. Clearly, my playstyle is not shit if I can win with it. If I lost a lot of my games last season because of it, I won my first game this season because of it, but I need to stop getting down because people shit all over my playstyle. Like, I realize that what other people say doesn't really matter all that much, but it still sucks when somebody says, only bad people lose to your playstyle. Only bad people can pull off stall and bulk. Stall and bulk takes no skill. And it really sucks. It really sucks, and it got me down about Mons for a little bit. Like, after week 1, it really got me down, like, to the point where I was like, you know what, fine. I'm not going to do it anymore. I have a really bulky team. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to bring a lot of offense and see how it goes. And it's just fucked me over completely. So I'm to everybody that is going to say that bulk takes no skill and all this, that, and the other, fuck you. I'm doing how I know how to play and how I know how to win, and watch me come back and take the title. Because I'm not going to let people who shit all over bulk tell me that I'm not good. So next week we play RTK and the Portland Timbers. Better buckle up, RTK, because you're in for a wild ride.